Hello, hello.
Welcome, Facebook.
Happy Monday.
It's Monday again. I've said this before, but I kind of wished you guys, I wish you were in here with us just moments before we push this button, because my wife just said I still have swimmer goggle eyes.
Y'all see it? My suction cup goggles.
What's up, people? What's up, Kim? How are you? What's up, Randy? Mr. Baton Rouge. What's going on? Hi, Brooke. I think Brooke's a new distributor. Brooke, if you're a new distributor in the comments, stay new. I think that name is new to us. I don't know why that name popped into my head. What's up, Shannon? Mandy, how are you? I love the high chair picture, Mandy. That should be on our homepage now. I think you may have captured our new homepage image. That was phenomenal. Mandy, they did a training. I think that was at our home, if I recognize the pictures. And they did their virtual training, and the computer stand was yes, high chair. I love it. I love it. What's up, Gary? Hey, Iris, how are you? Oh man, Iris has been a machine. I know some activity she's been doing, so good job, good job, good job. And I know when you put that work in, I know what the next 90 days looks like. So what's up, Gladys? How are you? Hello, hello, Mimi Madden. Good morning to you. Love seeing all these people popping on here. PJ, how are you guys? I love, PJ had a post out the other day, and it was about where she lives and getting a cell phone reception. It was hilarious. She lives in the mountains, can't get a reception sometimes. All right, so let's jump into our stuff for today. You want to jump in here, or are you? Core value. Oh, let's talk about virtual training first.
Yeah. Phenomenal weekend. You guys keep raising the bar with these groups that are getting together. That is where it's at. In my opinion, what I see in the back office is reflective of what's going on in your actions. Because here's the thing. The people that got together for the workshop over the weekend, they're engaged in the business. And their mind is on the business, and the numbers are reflective of that. So kudos to you guys who went out there and got groups together. I know there were some Saturday morning, there were some Saturday afternoon, there were some Sunday. Doesn't matter when it is, you just gotta do it, and you guys are doing it, and you're doing it right.
Yep. You guys saw a little bit different format for this virtual training. I hope all of you enjoyed it. There was some positive feedback, but if there is something you would like to see, reach out to us. Let us know. Reach out to your leaders and let us know if you think there's something missing that we can add to the next virtual workshop in August. But this was a little different format. If you haven't watched the training, go watch it and promote it to your teams, because there was some phenomenal training in there. Gary Stern's training on social media was phenomenal. Brandon and Erica was absolutely phenomenal. They were so well prepared. What a great representation for the Canadian team and real leadership. And of course, Fred Graves did a training on your why that was just on point. It was just a really solid training, plus a sneak peek at some new up-and-coming distributors. You guys, it was really appreciated for everybody that got their videos in, and I think the team really enjoyed it as well. What's up, Miss Sarah? Nice to have you on here with us. So we're really excited about you guys getting together, and what we've noticed is the markets that are getting together, like Cheryl Ray in Arkansas is another one that that group is expanding. I don't think it's a coincidence, and I'm not saying that it's just the virtual trainings themselves that are growing the groups, not at all. I think the virtual trainings is
kind of an excuse to get together.
I'd rather use the word reason.
Yeah, excuse isn't the best word. Well, I guess I'm thinking along the lines of sometimes we look for excuses to get together. We look for reasons to get together.
We look for excuses to have a party. We look for excuses to have parties. There's reasons to do business. And both are fine. Both are fine. Reasons or excuses, as long as you guys are getting together. I think that is the catalyst for the growth. Is you got a couple things there. You got an excuse to get together, So people are getting together, right? And there is power in that. When people, there's this, the saying is...
See, Cheryl's got on party hats.
Yeah, Cheryl...
It's an excuse for a party.
Well, Cheryl's from the South Louisiana, so there ain't no... We don't need excuses in South Louisiana. We just do it, right? But there's a saying that either you need the meeting or the meeting needs you, right? So either you need the meeting because you're down in the dumps and, you know, just nothing's going your way, or maybe you're crushing it, and you need to be at the meeting to bring everybody else's spirits up. And if you're not gathering together, you don't get that, right? So you either need the meeting or the meeting needs you. Don't forget that. That's like fundamental for what we do. That's one reason. The other reason is you've got leaders that are becoming leaders. Like they're stepping into the leadership role. And that's what makes your organization grow. So these markets that are growing, guys, is because there's leaders saying, you know what? There's no event going on. I'm going to do an event. I'm going to do it. What that is a decision. And when someone makes a decision well, first it's a thought, then it's action, then the decision. So the first thing is, you know what? I think it's time for me to be a leader. Second step is plan the event and show everybody you're going to be a leader. Show everybody you've made a decision and you've got a vision and we're going to go do this. And I think those things combined, a leader stepping up, a leader making a decision, gathering people together, and when you deliver content, business will grow. If that's what's going on, and that's what I would encourage you guys to do, that if you don't have trainings going on in your market, that's why we do them. That's why all those trainers put the efforts in. So reach out to all those people. When I say those people, not Lynette and I, reach out to the people that were in there. Let them know how much you care about what they did because they put a lot of work into that. Some people recorded 2 and 3 times to get you guys the right video, which meant they had to do their hair 3 times. They had to get dressed 3 times. I mean, like they did that. So anyway, let's move into core value for this week. It's core value number 3. And it's that we look for opportunities to celebrate and recognize others. Celebrate life, recognize others. And we look for it. We don't just do it. We look for opportunities to do it.
We look for an excuse to do it. No.
Oh, Lordy.
Sorry.
Go with
I'll behave. No, but you guys, it really is the opportunity that we have as team members.
You're as red as I am now.
It's whoever's closer to the camera. No, you're still more red.
Your blood pressure's raising. I'm just hot in here.
You made me lose my train of thought.
Oh, it's
okay.
an excuse.
It's an excuse. Our team has the ability to really elevate everyone in this way. And I really am trying to grasp what I was thinking.
Here's what we want to kind of tie this core value into. We had some amazing accomplishments last month. The team grew, huge growth, right? And I said in one of our calls, I battled with putting that picture out, that screenshot, because I knew some groups did not grow last month, which is the nature of any big organization. Some groups are growing, some groups are not. You just hope that your organization has more people growing a little than those that are not growing. But inevitably, you're going to have groups growing. The month we hit Pro 10, we had groups going backwards.
Right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. And so, by the way, Lynette and I qualified for Pro 10 by $5. If you don't know that story, guys, we needed almost $100,000 in volume on the last day of the month in the right parts of our organization, and we did it by $5. Okay, so we know all about every call mattering, and that's kind of what this is about. Everybody matters. Everybody in this team matters. And I never, Lynette or your leaders, never want you to think because your group's not growing or because your light's not green that you don't matter, okay? So number one, I want you to know that there is going to be months, and I'm sure the near future, or maybe not the near future because things are cranking, but we're going to be in the red, right? Team True Blue is going to have a red light at some point in the future because no team grows exponentially month over month forever, ever, okay? What ends up happening, side note, is you outpace your leadership. If your leadership is growing faster than your volume, you'll always be growing. But when your volume outpaces leadership, things slow down. Things fall in the cracks. And so we're going to talk about that on the end of this call. But just know, guys, that you need to look for things inside your team. And if you're brand new, okay, I've got a message for you today too, right? So maybe you have a team that's pretty small. And when teams are small and they catch fire, everything's exploding. Everybody's growing. But you need to look inside your organization for people that are getting the little wins and the early victories, okay? And so here's what I want you guys to do. Inside of Team True Blue, in the Facebook group, this very group that you're on right now, I want you to, if you've enrolled your first customer or your first distributor, I want you to tell your story. I want you to put a post in Team True Blue, and I want to hear your story.
Not in the comments of this live.
Not this live.
But create a post for Team True Blue's page.
And we'd like to see your picture.
Yeah.
Screenshot us, right? And we'd like to see your picture. We'd like to celebrate your first customer with you. We really, really would, because I remember my first customer. I remember our first distributor. We went for like 2 weeks before Lynette's sister signed up. And I knew, the conversations were all going good, but it was 2 weeks. Like, it was getting close to the end of the month before we had our first enrollment. And I remember her signing up. I was like, yes, all right, we got our first distributor. And so I know what that's like. So for all of you out there, we want to see and hear your stories first, because it matters. Every customer matters. Based on the story I just told you guys, every customer matters. And so if you do have an organization where you've got 5 or 10 distributors, make sure you're creating a culture inside of your team that is celebrating those early victories, because that creates momentum. That creates belief. It's contagious.
That's exactly what we want for our Team True Blue Facebook page. We need everybody that's in that group to feel a part. We want everybody to want to be a part. To me, one of the greatest analogies that I've heard was given by Ray Higdon in regards to a gym membership. He said, if you belong to a gym where, and you guys, most all of us have at one point in our life belonged to a gym. But he said, if you belong to a gym, typically you just go in, you do your thing. The person in the front desk, hey, welcome, glad you're here. As you're leaving, hey, have a great day. But he said, can you imagine? And here's the thing. Everybody pays the same amount each month, right? When you have a gym membership, you're paying a monthly amount. They're just glad that you're a member, right? Well, imagine if you go to that gym and you walk in, maybe that day you had somewhere you have to be, and you just maybe do 15 minutes on the elliptical and you're leaving. And the guy at the front desk is like, hey, that's not acceptable. You can't come to our gym and only spend 15 minutes. Everyone in this gym works out for at least an hour. Can you imagine how you'd be feeling? You'd be like, you're not going to dictate what I do. You're not going to tell me and eventually, if that is how you got treated, would you continue going to that gym? And of course, we all know the answer. The answer is no.
That would be an excuse to not go back.
So we want to ensure that while we're coaching everyone along as to how to have the most success, we have to recognize that not everybody has the same goals. Some people go to a gym with the intention of bulking up and becoming super muscular, or maybe just losing some weight and getting some more definition. And some simply want some heart health, and they go just to get a little bit of cardio in. Some go for social reasons, just to go talk to somebody. So we do not want to create an environment where people feel like there's an expectation of what they have to do in order to belong. So
because what does the gym owner really only care about?
All they care about is that you belong and have your monthly membership.
Your auto ship. That's what it is. Okay, they call it a membership. It's an auto ship. The gym owner just wants your money.
That's it, because it's a business. But you guys know at LifeVantage, everybody feels very much like family and an environment that we want to be in. That's what we want Team True Blue's Facebook group to look like. And you guys play a large role in making that happen. So while we celebrate major successes, we need to celebrate the small wins too, right? If it's somebody's first home meeting, it doesn't matter if they got an enrollment that night. Celebrate that they had their first home meeting. If they share their story for the first time, let's celebrate that. Those are all major accomplishments that need to take place on the route to success. And you guys play a role in making that happen.
Hello, Marcy from Hawaii. I saw you pop in there. Guys, Team True Blue is in Hawaii. We've been there before. We've got people there, but Marcy's a newer distributor. I saw that pop up. So good morning in Hawaii. Welcome to our live here. To kind of piggyback on what Lynette was saying there, let's just do the call to action now so I don't forget. Please, guys, inside of Team True Blue, what we want to create is this culture there, right? And so Ray Higdon did a training not that long ago. If you guys don't know who Ray and Jessica Higdon are, they like their stuff's like they're good, like phenomenal trainers. They're really, really good. They know what they're doing. And Ray said, hey, you'll know when your culture is good in your team based on sometimes what your Facebook team page looks like or group looks like. And so he said, if I went inside of your Facebook group right now, would it look like what you want it to look like? Would it look like a place where, you know, you are celebrating all accomplishments, or would it just look like the people who are crushing it are getting celebrated? And I had to think about it, and that's why Lynette and I wanted to talk about this today, because we've asked for the green lights, and you guys have given it to us, right? Your screenshot, and we love that, and we don't want that to stop. We do not want that to stop. That's been phenomenal. Guys, the team is up right now. I hate to say the word momentum, but I'm going to say it. Like, it's momentum time. It is absolute momentum time for this company and this team. Things are popping everywhere, right? But what I want in this Facebook group is something similar to what I see in some other groups outside of network marketing. So you guys may know Lynette and I have a Peloton bike. This is not a Peloton ad because they don't give us residual income, so I'm not going to promote them. But we have a bike. We love it. And there's some Facebook groups that we are in. And I'm telling you guys, these Facebook groups, I am learning what a Facebook group should look like based on the community inside of this one group. It's a lot of posts, which is a little bit too much post, but it's so encouraging to people that are doing like next to nothing effort. Like literally, I don't even think they're sweating. Like, I don't know what they're doing on the bike, but it's not a workout. And they're posting this stuff, and it's getting all these comments, and people love it, and they love it. And I'm thinking, Peloton's killing it. Like Peloton, the people, the marketing department behind Peloton, they're just killing it. And I'm thinking, we need more of that inside of this team page. We need more of people getting celebrated for just being a part of this team. How about let's celebrate just signing up as a distributor? Because, guys, there's a lot of people too scared to do that.
Well, and I think because I don't know if we've said this yet, but you guys really do a great job. You really do. When there's a new enrollment and people post that they've got a new enrollment or a rank advancement, we see the team chiming in and congratulating them and high-fiving them, and it's awesome. So this conversation is not about the fact that we're missing the mark. It's about always trying to do better, always striving to do better. So it's making everyone aware of ways that we can always improve. So it's, kudos to you guys for what you've already been doing. It's just, hey, think about this or think about this. That's what it's about. Yeah,
I would like, what would be cool? This is just right here off the top of my head. It would be cool if you guys would drop stories inside of the Facebook group based on the core value of the week. This week's core value is about recognizing others. Why not post some stories there? Next week's core value is that we're resilient, that there's a lesson to be learned in every obstacle. That would be awesome if you guys would share your stories of some obstacles that have been in your way and how you were resilient. Post that stuff. Post some pictures inside the team group, and let's celebrate these core values. Let's really expand the stories of these core values. Get to know you guys more. We feel like we can do better inside of this page, inside this group. I call it a page. This is a group. with really creating a community that you guys would look more like the Peloton. And Lynette's right. I don't want to say that we're missing the mark. I just think we can get better. It's always room for improvement. And that is kind of like a dovetail to how Lynette and I wanted to kind of end this call. You got something you want to add?
Well, we didn't
talk about Kansas City at all.
And Cancun, yeah.
Oh, Cancun. Go with either one of those.
So Kansas City is next week. Really looking forward to seeing you guys there who are going to be there. You know, it's always a wonderful event, but the 10-year anniversary, gonna be huge. So it's gonna be awesome. So we'll look forward to seeing you guys there. But as many of you are aware, the company's done something they've never done before in that they have announced a Cancun event in February. You guys, we still have Kansas City next week. We still have October in California.
Convention.
And they've announced February in Cancun as a special event. But around that special event is some things that we're not accustomed to, like enrolling now for it, reserving a room now because there's a limited number, putting our credit cards down now and making payments. A lot of factors that are making people kind of go, woo, what is this? So there's some strategies that have been done. I saw a post that Tori put in our team group Facebook page. I'm now all over the place, but she posted about how her and Tim, her husband, have already planned out how they're working to get that event reimbursed, because that's how it's working. It's an incentive-based elite academy where you can pay to go or you can get reimbursed and get your expenses covered. So they've already mapped that out, how they're gonna do it. But it starts with you kind of putting your credit card on the line. And I know for a lot of people, that's an intimidating factor because money is an issue. And so there's strategies that have been suggested. I know we were talking to Tim Cox. He mentioned that he was telling some people in his group, he was like, well, listen, if you're gonna share a room with 4 people or 3 other people, so there's 4 of you in a room, and you have to make monthly payment, well, then divide that monthly payment between 4 so nobody's having to choke up a bunch of money at one time. And I thought, well, that's a great suggestion. That's a great way to kind of map it out. The point is, you guys, there's ways to map it out. It does require you giving it some thought and figuring things out. It's not, you know, as simple as it typically has been. But I think it's going to be worth it. It's the first time the company's ever done anything like this. And they've tried to make it in a way that it's going to be like a vacation as well as a training. And so if you need help with strategy, reach out to someone that's above you in rank and help, you know, strategize that. But I'm sure we'll be posting some things here in the group too, suggestions, but just some things to be giving thought to as that's coming up as well.
Yeah, this situation with Cancun, you can look at it 2 ways. Just like you can, it's really a microcosm of our business and life. Things happen, and you've got a choice to make. How you react to it has everything to do with the outcome. Okay, so yes, it's a different type event. It's not an elite academy in the United States. Yes, it requires different rooming, but I feel that the value someone is going to get out of being at that event is going to be higher than another elite academy. I have several thoughts on why that will be. I think there's going to be a lot more intimacy at this event with trainers. Like, I think you get more time with trainers. I think you're going to get more training at this event than you would a typical elite academy. And so it does come with you're going to have to go into solution mode, which is one of our core values.
Tim just posted solution seeker.
Be a solution seeker.
But here's one thing I would add. You know, some people may go, well, oh, okay, Brandon just said that it's going to be maybe more intimate. So maybe I should, you know, plan on that and not do the ones in between. I wouldn't advise that, because here's the thing, you guys, each training propels your business. Each event helps you in growing your business. So the mindset should be you need all you can get as it becomes available to you, because by the time that event gets here, your business will be that much bigger. Whereas if you postpone those training or postpone going to those events, then you didn't reap the benefits of it and your business suffered. So
there's an easy way for you to figure out what event is the most important event. This is simple. It's the next one.
The next one. Always.
Always. The next event is the biggest event and most important event for you and your entire team. Period. Never forget that. The next event. Not the one a year from now or 2 years from now, unless that's the next event, right? The next event is the most important event. So, I want to share with you guys some stuff, just mindset stuff as we go into this week. You guys, I feel, and Lynette feel that the teams that are growing mainly because of the leader. And I'm not talking about us, okay? We kind of talked about that. We touched on it a little bit in this call already. Teams grow based on a single person having a thought and then making a decision and putting that into action. That's how it starts, okay? So, a big part of your continued growth is that you're working on yourself, always. You should always be doing personal development every day, okay? Like Jim Rohn says, motivation is like a bath. It wears off, okay? You need it every day. And so I know when team leaders are not doing personal development, because when we're talking, they're giving me more obstacles than solutions. I can tell by the words coming out of their mouth how much personal development they're doing. It's really simple for me to see. And that includes me. When I'm kind of like going down and it's like I'm seeing more negative than positive, it's usually because I'm not doing enough of this. I'm not doing enough personal development. And for Lynette and I's standpoint, we love Jim Rohn, but we're highly connected right now to the John Maxwell stuff. We feel like John Maxwell stuff is so incredibly valuable. And I think it's underestimated how valuable his stuff is. Every time I'm around him, I get stuff. Every time I hear him speak, I'm like, wow, like I've messed up. I've been missing the mark. And so I just wanted to share something with you guys because it's something of our psychology with our team that I feel like sometimes people misrepresent. You may have noticed in our team that we are constantly challenging the status quo. Constantly. Whether it's how we train our teams, to what videos we're using, to the checklist that we're doing, to what platform we're using to talk to you guys. Because years ago it was a phone call, then we went to Zoom, now we're on Facebook. What we are constantly doing is doing a self-evaluation of what we can do as leaders, and I'm not talking just Lynette and I, to deliver for you the best opportunity possible to grow your organization. And so inside one of the chapters, this is Developing the Leader Within You 2.0. Okay, John Maxwell, I highly recommend this book. I'm going to give you a Winston Churchill quote that's in here. Okay, so, Brandon may be full of crap. Okay, Brandon doesn't know what he's doing. Brandon makes changes. But here's from Winston Churchill. To improve is to change. So to be perfect is to have change often. That's Winston Churchill. Okay? I love that quote. And I just read it for the first time today. Guys, in preparing for this call, I just read that. Now, to expand on that, guys, what Maxwell talks about is the law of buy-in. And that law of buy-in is in his other book. He has a book called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And one of those laws is buy-in. And when you have an organization or a team, in order for it to grow, there has to be buy-in. Okay, that's belief. Buy-in / belief, it's the same thing. And when you change things, sometimes people are like, whoa, I'm not doing that. Okay, they have not bought in, right? So, side note, before you ever make any changes or refinements to what you're doing, always consult with your leaders. If you don't, you're going to find yourself out on a limb and in a bad way. Okay, the paddles will come out of the water. We have that one, right? Solution seekers, keep the paddles in the water. If you want the paddles to come out of the water, change a bunch of stuff without buy-in, okay? If you want things to move, get buy-in. Now, why do people buy in to a leader? It's their vision. You can change things. You can refine things if your vision never wavers and you're consistent. That's what your team needs to see. Your team doesn't mind change as long as you are consistent and your vision doesn't change. And so paint that for your team, guys. As a team leader, your vision for your team should be clear. This is what we're doing. This is the objective. This is how we're going to do it. All right? And so I just wanted to share that with you guys because I think change is great. One thing that will stay the same from Lynette and I is we're always going to be challenging status quo, and there will be changes. That's just the way we roll. Okay, but what will not change is our vision for this team, the fact that we are here to create leaders within this organization that can take their organizations and duplicate a master pro 10 position just like Lynette and I have created. That is our vision, to duplicate ourselves over and over again by sharing with you guys the path and the things that we've done to get to where we are today, period. That's our vision, and our methods, as you guys have seen through the years, I think have improved. Some people call them changes, we call it refinements or improvements. So you guys have a great week this week. You're doing phenomenal. Please take us up on some of those challenges within this Facebook group. We'd love to see those stories. We'd love to hear from the distributors out there that have got their first customer or their first distributor. And I don't care if it was a week ago or a month ago or 6 months ago. We want to hear about your stories. And you guys, fantastic job. This team is absolutely on fire. And Kansas City next week. Can't wait to see you guys starting on Thursday. We get to start high-fiving and hugging you guys. Hope to see you on Thursday for sure. If not, we'll see you guys Friday morning early. So have a great week, guys, and we'll see y'all here next Monday for the next live.
See you guys. Bye.